Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. I have a Russian friend, but I have a check, 1, 2. Start over, you mean? I've been ready to start. And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Res Pro Live. I'm your host, Duncan J. I've been here for the last 5 weeks. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a hell of a run of concert series. We've had talent every week. From the first week, we had the young girl Nyla, who just blew the roof off this place. Last week, we had some amazing good vibe reggae bands and stuff like that. This week, we got some comedy. We're gonna make you laugh. You're gonna enjoy yourself. I will tell you this: you might, all the other shows have been family friendly. I'm gonna be honest, okay? They've been family friendly so far, except for the first one. I didn't get the memo. Once I got the memo, we were good. But now, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there that not. Most of the opinions said here tonight are in no way reflect upon Res Pro or any of the sponsors of this show. That's our disclaimer. If you got kids, if they probably go to school, public school, they probably got internet, so they probably heard worse. I'm going to be honest with you. Probably from your bedroom. But anyways, if you do have kids, I'm sorry. Because I don't have any kids. I don't want kids. I'm afraid of having kids. Because I'm afraid, no, it's because, seriously, the reason is because my mom jinxed me one day. She looked at me one day, got pissed off, and she's like, I hope you have one just like you. Yeah, and I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid. I used to get suspended a lot from school. You ever been suspended from school? I don't know what your first suspension was, but my first suspension was for skipping school. Did you hear how stupid that was? I got suspended I took days off and they gave me more days off. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I don't know about you. But this was the 90s, right? And I was in the principal's office because I thought it was Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, So I was like, let me get this straight, Mr. Belding. He's like, my name is, Sparks. I was like, whatever. Let me get this straight. I took a personal day and you didn't like it, so you're going to give me more days off for free? Where do I sign? Right? I don't know about you guys, but I come from that old school of ass whipping. Did everybody get their ass beat as a kid growing up? Yes? You can make noise. I need that back there behind the camera. You can make noise back there. It's okay. You only had one kid? Oh, you only had your ass kicked one time? That's all it did. That's all it took, huh? You were just with your dad. No, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking you probably got timeouts mostly, right? You spoiled little brat. Because you know what timeout was for me? Timeout for me was my mom would stop whipping my ass long enough to pick up the phone, right? She'd be like, don't ever make me tell you ever. Brrring. Hello? No, I'm not doing anything right now. It was always that voice, too. Like, no. Hold on 1 second. Get your little ass in the corner before I give you something to cry about. Did you guys get that? Before I give you something. Lady, you just hit me 5 times. I think I got something to cry about, okay? These tears are legit, Yeah, my mom was creative with my ass whippings though. She was very thematic, right? She was very thematic in the sense that, if I didn't clean up the kitchen, she'd hit me with a cutting board or a wooden spoon. If I didn't clean up the garage, she'd hit me with a bow door or whatever was out there. I grew up here in Florida. If I didn't clean up my room, she'd hit me with my own toys. And you people who've never been hit, you've been hit with a Hot Wheels track, okay? Because that shit hurts. It comes out of nowhere. It's like 1 minute you're like, Ma, look at the loop-de-loop I made. Next minute you're like running through your room, picking Legos out of your toes, because you didn't clean up your room. It was insane, man. But like I said, when I got suspended though, I thought I was gonna get an ass whipping then. I knew I was gonna get an ass whipping. See, my mom's punishments, you have to understand, was always thematic. Even when I got suspended, by the way, a lot. Okay, No, suspended. Just days off of school. I didn't get expelled. I wasn't that bad of a kid. Jesus. I just did stupid shit like skip school. No, but I got suspended a lot. I got suspended one time for putting ketchup on a maxi pad and throwing it through the lunchroom. Those are the stupid shit I did. I don't know what you got expelled for, but Jesus Christ. No. But I remember like my mom, whenever I got suspended, she always made me used to write. She used to make me write out of the dictionary verbatim. Like everything in the dictionary. Like if you went to Florida public school, verbatim means everything. Okay? I'm not trying to be condescending, which means talk down to you. I would never do that. I'm just trying to make sure we're all on the same page. No, I have to write everything inside the parentheses, the upside down E, which is called a schwa, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that, because most people that know, the only people that really know that are like school teachers and assholes that had to write out of dictionaries. Okay, and I'm the latter of those two. But I remember this first day, I'm in the principal's office about to get suspended, and I'm like, he's like, about to send me home. I'm like, 3 days off. Where do I sign? Until we went to call my mom, and I'm like, whoa, can we negotiate? Right, because there's not enough words in the dictionary to get me out of that first ass whipping, okay, for that first suspension. You know what I mean? So I figured this was the day. This was the day I'm gonna. Some of you might have, clapped earlier or whatever, that you got your ass beat as a kid. But do you also remember the day you stood up to your mom and how dumb of an idea that shit was? Yes, so this is first suspension. This was that day for me. Okay, this was that day. I figured, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go home. And I'd been in martial arts for a few months, for a couple of years actually at this point. I thought it was Billy Badass. I figured the only way to get out of this acid whipping was to disarm my mother. Yeah, you hear the people back there laughing like that was not a good idea, okay? Because first of all, if you've ever been in martial arts, you know you pivot on the balls of your feet, right? So that's how I walked home. I walked home like this. My friends are like, what are you doing? I was like, not getting my ass beat. I know that, right? So I finally get there. I get home, right? And my mom's there. She's like, assume the position. So there I am. Sorry about the view camera. Okay. So I'm sitting there, right? And I'm waiting, and she swings. I'm like, what? I did the noise and everything. I'm standing there, and here's the thing. I'm standing there, and I made the noise. I saw the look on my mom's face, and I realized I hadn't thought past this point. So there I am, standing with a belt in one hand and hopes and dreams in the other. And my mom, I said the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, Mama, I'm a man now, Mama. I ain't gonna get hit with your belt no more, Mama. And I went, and she just punched me in my mouth. She punched me dead in my mouth, and I'm standing there, and I had braces on. Oh, now it's child abuse? Shut up. Okay. So now I got the belt in my hand. I reach up, touch my lip. I'm bleeding. So now it turns into a Bruce Lee movie. I'm like, wah, ha, ha, wah, ha, ha, wah, ha, ha. Yeah, because that was the night I found out that my mom is more of a man than I will ever be. Okay? Who punches a kid in the mouth with braces? No, but I'm afraid to have kids for another reason too. I'm afraid to have kids for another reason because you guys. Some of you guys will remember this. Some of you guys will have to Google this. But there was a time and place where if you acted like an asshole at your friend's parents' house, their parents were allowed to smack you in the back of the head, send your ass home, and no one got sued. No one, right? Because if I was over at my friend Billy's house and I was acting like a little asshole, and Billy's mom came up and said something to me, and I said something bad to her, she was allowed to smack stars in the back of my head, send me home on my bike, and before I got home, there was a phone call made, because phone calls are faster than Huffies. Okay. And that phone call, by the time I got home, I got another ass whipping for not because of what I did wrong, but because I made my mama look bad in front of Billy's mama, and now she felt like I needed to have a lesson, okay? And then she said, wait till your father gets home, and then he came home, and you got a third beating for the same shit, and that's how we learned. That's how we learned, right? That's how we learned not to do shit in front of Billy's mom, because she's a fucking narc. All right, guys, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Are you guys ready to get this show started? I got some information for you real quick. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've been doing this, like I said, we've been doing this last 5 weeks. This week, we've got stand-up comedy. We've had some amazing performers come through these halls. And so I'm putting a lot of pressure on the comedians right now not to suck. No, but in all honesty, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to uplift and show some respect and actually raise some money for our friend Jess. Jessie Hebb, who has been just shattered, literally shattered, after her bicycle accident. She's not been able to work. We've had to, we're raising money for her because she's a single mom. She's taking care of her family. So come out this Saturday. which is March 6th. All 5 weeks have been leading up to this Saturday, okay? This Saturday, we've got so many bands. We have a poster back here, okay? And the poster's online, too. You can go to justoneshoulder.com, and it's up there, okay? And you can see all the ways to donate for tonight. If you want to donate, you can see all the ways, all the things that's happened to her. And we just want to thank everybody for being here, okay? Thank you. By the way, if you haven't had a chance, I want everybody to go ahead and check out Brevard Live magazine, because we're on the cover here. We got right there, that's Jess. And then we got Mo, we got Stacy, we got Chris, we got Steve Keller. It's amazing how many people have chipped in and made this whole entire thing possible for you guys to enjoy it and for us to raise some money. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get this show kicked off. Are you guys ready for a show? Through the TV, I want to hear you. Are you ready for a show? All right. Well, if you're in your living room, turn the volume down just a half a notch, okay? This guy gets a little loud, but it's just because he's old and can't hear. But I love him, and he's very funny. Put your hands together right now for Mr. Jim Moran.
Keep it going for Duncan J. Ladies and gentlemen, let him hear you through the camera. Yay! Thank you, guys. Oh, my Lord. Jesse, healing thoughts and prayers are being sent to you. I don't know you, but just know that I'm sorry you got in the accident. I hope you heal up real quick. But what did I do today? That's what comics always like to talk about. About an hour and a half ago, I was at Rock Road Penitentiary Correctional Institution in St. Lucie County. I teach inmates in jails. I help inmates get their GEDs in the daytime. At night, I'm chasing my comedy dreams. So any teacher will tell you, you learn stuff from the inmates just as much as they learn stuff from you. Example is I'm teaching them algebra. They teach me how to pass a drug test, okay? I teach them history. They teach me how to turn a toothbrush into a shank. I said to them, give me something I can work on. Show me something that you can use in real life that I haven't taught you. They said to me, Tempur-Pedic mattresses are bulletproof. I said, now we're talking, Jake. Now we're talking, okay? We've got this. I just celebrated 23 years of marriage. I've been married. There's the proof of ownership right there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Stacy off camera is applauding. It's usually ladies. Guys are going, sucker, loser. I can't believe it. I got married to the most beautiful Jamaican woman in the world, Stacy. So yes, I like the dark meat. I went to the dark side. Daddy is cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs, Jake. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Blipsima, blipsima. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? My wife insisted on a traditional Jamaican wedding reception. If you've never been to one, it's basically 5 hours of smoking pot and Bob Marley music. That's all it is. A couple of you guys off camera have been to Jamaican wedding receptions. Thank you. Oh, man. And you learn things. It's a different culture, you know. Duncan was up here talking about different things and learning things and how we do. It's a different culture. They always say, tings be airy. Tings be airy. You hear that a lot. That's patois. That's the native Jamaican language. And it basically means enjoy the ride, okay? Enjoy the ride. You're going to blink and you're going to be going, what the hell happened? Now I'm an old man. What happened? I was a young person. Boom, you're gone. Enjoy it. You also learn the metric system when you get married to a Jamaican. You guys, if you need to know the difference between a kilo and a pound, right now, Mo, it's about $800 depending on the quality of the drugs that you're actually dealing. So see me after the show. Okay, we don't use drugs at my house, but we do sell them at competitive prices. I want you to know that. And you know, when we were dating, my wife was real quick to point out, hey, I'm Jamaican. Our culture is different. If we have children, these kids with our work history and our work ethic, don't be surprised if our kids work 2 or 3 jobs. That's the way it is in Jamaican households. I said, I'm of Irish heritage. Don't be surprised if our kids are drinking on those 2 or 3 jobs. I want you to know that. She also reminded me that Jamaicans, great Caribbean cuisine. We have wonderful food. She says, you know, we learned to cook very young. When I was 10 years old, she said, I already knew how to jerk a chicken. I said, wait a minute. When I was 10 years old, my parents told me that can cause blindness. So that's other things too. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My wife and I I'm blessed. I have a 13-year-old daughter. My daughter's 13. She just turned 13 in January. Thank you. Thank you. But now here's the thing though, right? If you guys have young kids, or if you had a young kid, now they're older, I'm at the stage now. You know, the number one gift on her birthday list, the number one gift for a 13-year-old was the Apple iPad, that mini tablet, that handheld computer. She wants that. Number one gift, $600. I said, no, you're not going to get the tablet. I'm not going to buy her that tablet. I didn't want to create that spoiled princess. I didn't. I figured, no, I don't want that. No 13-year-old needs a tablet, a handheld computer. You can talk to anyone in the world. No, you're not going to get it. My no, vetoed, overridden. By who? By Nana, my mom. My mom buys my daughter the Apple iPad tablet, that little handheld computer, $600. And she says to me, here's what she says. Here's her justification. She says, Jimmy, this is the smartest little girl I've ever seen in my entire life. She's going to run this country one day. I know these things. I can tell. This is the same woman who when I turned 13, let's go back a few decades, okay? I got these things. How many of you guys are familiar with these things called clackers? Yes, 2 acrylic balls connected with a cord. That's what I got when I turned 13. What can possibly go wrong with this gift? Shards of glass are flying off and hurting my friend's eyes. Either that or you're dislocated your wrist with the ball hitting it. I also got this gift called Hobo Willie. Now, Hobo Willie's going to be popular with you older guys. Younger people are going, what the heck is he talking about? Hobo Willie, it's his cartoon character, okay? And he was bald. And they gave you a little magnetic pen to drag up the metal shavings to give him hair or a mustache. I got this, Jake, when I turned 13 years old. Yes, 13 years old. And it said on the gift, for hours of entertainment. Hours. If you played with this thing for more than 2 minutes, you were taking that small bus to school. And she gets the handheld computer. I'm holding hands going to lunch, and she's getting a handheld computer at 13. God, world's different, man. Different place, than when I grew up. We got this thing from Red Cross last summer during the COVID pandemic. Red Cross must buy a list. They must find out who has children. We got this packet, and in the packet, there's Water Wings, there's a DVD, and there's an 800 number. Okay, the Water Wings you put on your kids' arms to teach them how to swim. It's all to prevent kids from drowning. They give you a DVD to put in, so in case your child doesn't know how to swim and they fall in a pool, they can float and kick to the edge so they won't drown. And they give you an 800 number to call. In case you don't have a pool, you can go to a community pool with a Red Cross certified lifeguard and teach your child how to swim. All of this was free, okay? Absolutely free. This was not around when I learned to swim, okay? We had this thing way back in the day called the Swimmer's Aid. Don't look for it. It's no longer available. Too many kids were drowning because they were using the Swimmer's Aid. What is it? It's a styrofoam torpedo-shaped thing They strapped it to your back. So help me God, it made you float face down in the water. Ooh, Daddy, I don't know if this is such a good idea. My dad threw me off the deep end. He goes, kick, Jimmy. Daddy sees an alligator, young man. Daddy sees an alligator. I'm kicking, I'm crying, and he's going, don't you get Daddy's Marlboro wet? No, sir, don't you get my Marlboro wet, young man. No. And that's how I learned to swim. God. I'm from a large family. I'm one of 6 kids. When I was growing up, there were 4 boys and 2 girls in my house. And I guess to save money and to save time, my mom used to bathe all my brothers and I in the same bathtub at the same time, okay? I don't care when you're born. I don't care where you're born. Anyone here, anyone on, even if you're watching, you guys know if you have 4 kids and you put them in the same bathtub and you fill the tub with warm water, a certain phenomenon's bound to happen time and time again. We called it the Daily Urine Festival at the Moran household. Because you'd be making deals with your brothers going, don't pee today. Don't you pee. I won't pee. Don't you pee either. Okay? Okay. And you get in the tub and you forget. You really do. You're kicking up the Mr. Bubble. Life is going great. You're having a blast. All of a sudden, you feel it. You feel it. That 400-degree blast on your lower, oh, the water's getting too warm. No, because you're looking, and the faucet's down there. Oh, no, no. And you're looking, my little brother's like, no, no, no. And my mom's taking a cup, and she's rinsing the shampoo. No, Mommy, no, don't do that. Stop. What's the matter, dear? What's the matter? Billy's peeing. Billy's peeing, Mommy. Everybody bails out of the tub except the little guy who's peeing. My little brother, Billy's like, he is whizzing all over me. I'm crying, going, Mommy, make him stop. Make him stop, please. My mom loses it. She goes, Billy, son, you're 24 years old. What seems to be the problem here? Good Lord. Thank you for laughing on me getting peed on. That's a true story. Small crowd, but a good crowd here in Melbourne tonight. Other things, too. I'm getting to be a little bit better behind the wheel. I have a little bit of a temper, okay? And see if these don't hit home with you guys and you guys watching at home. They call it being a road rager driver. I'm pretty mellow. Last year, I logged just over 73,000 miles, according to TripLog, chasing my comedy dream, which has led me to Melbourne, Florida tonight. Okay. And I'm glad I'm here. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chris. But here's the thing. The following things upset me, and they will take some of you guys to the next level. You'll contemplate doing prison time for the following things if they happen to you on the highway, and trust me, they happen to all of us. Let me paint the picture for you. Scene number 1. Scene number 1 involves we're traveling on a large highway. We'll be on US 1. We'll be on the Turnpike. We'll be on I-95. A big road. Everyone in here and everyone watching, we come up over that overpass and you're driving and we'll look down and we'll see in front of us the giant 4-foot blinking yellow arrow and the sign says merge. This lane is ending. You need to get over. You know what I'm talking about. When I see that sign, I get over early. Now, early is the key word in the sentence. I hate all of you guys out there who go whipping by me, and you know who you are, and you go all the way down to the arrow, and then you start going, beep, beep, I need to get over. Guess what? I'm not going to let you in, okay? And they always do the same thing. But I didn't see the arrow. No, no. You can see the arrow from the space station. Get your butt over. Bugs me. That bugs me. I swear it really does. Second thing I don't like involves a left-hand turn. A left-hand turn. I'm not asking you to land a 747. I'm saying, let's make a left-hand turn. let's turn our vehicles to the left, okay? Now, again, let me paint the picture. I'm going to use just to paint it. There's a car in number 1. I'm going to use Duncan because he's roaming around back scene, okay? I'm going to use Duncan, he's right there, and I'm going to use Stacy, okay, because Stacy's also back scene. Stacy will be in car number 1. Stacy, you're in the lead car, okay? I'm behind Stacy in car number 2. Behind both of us in car number 3 will be Duncan, the road rager in this case. Now, the beauty of this intersection, there is no traffic light. So the way it's supposed to work, in theory, is Stacy in the lead car will pull out, she'll see the opening, and she'll turn. I'll pull out, I'll see the opening, I'll turn, Duncan will follow suit. That's the way it's supposed to work, okay? But here's what happens, Melbourne. We're there, and we're looking, and we're looking, and we're waiting, and we're all there, and Stacy has like a minute and a half before anyone is even remotely coming down the road, and Stacy is not moving at all. Now, Duncan and I are going to start off being nice guys. We're going to do something known as the friendly toot. You know what that is? You know what it is? It's a short little blast. It's doot-doot-doot-doot-doot. Stacy, you can go, baby. You can go. In fact, if Stacy were to go right now, all 3 of us could probably make this turn and be on with our lives. Stacy will pull out a little bit, and then Stacy will stop. And now we're waiting, okay? And we're looking. And Duncan and I are getting a little bit impatient because we see, oh no, they're coming. They're coming. Beep, Stacy, beep. Stacy, for the love of God, will you turn your car? We just go, 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 go. Stacy pulls out a little bit more, and then Stacy stops, and then Stacy goes, I don't want to die, no. That's when Duncan in the 3rd car goes, the hell with this. Whips out, pulls around, makes it across. And then Stacy, I mean, sweetie, at the last possible second, Stacy goes, I can make it, and she goes, leaving me stuck on the opposite side. I love you, but I will ram your ass into oncoming traffic if you do that. Give Stacy a round of applause. I picked on her. Thank you. This is good. She's tough. Other things. School zones. I hate school zones. I really do. Honestly, I hate school zones. If you elect me librarian, I don't care what office you elect me to, first order, first line of business, wipe out school zones. The buses won't have to stop at the railroad tracks. No, I hate them, okay? In fact, we're going to go the opposite way. Vic, we're going to go the opposite way with the school zones. Stacy, we're going to crank up the speed limits in the school zones in Brevard County. I am talking 60, 70, 80 miles an hour in all school zones in Brevard County, okay? It will be a win-win situation. Follow me on this. 2 good things are going to happen. Number 1, no one here and no one watching, you'll never be late for an appointment because you went by one of the schools here at 5 minutes before 8. You're gone. Number 2, I figure it will virtually eliminate childhood obesity within 2 years max. Oh, yeah. All those little chubby kids. Good luck, Timmy. Have a good day at school. No, Daddy. No. What happened? No. What happened to Timmy? Too many Twinkies. He didn't make it. He got hit. Wipe them out, man. I'm telling you. Other things, too, with regards to the roads. I've noticed men tend to be more goal-oriented. Women tend to have more safety features in mind. I'll give you an example, okay? When you go, Stacy, when you're driving somewhere, you guys make sure you sit down, make sure the kids are buckled, make sure the mirrors are adjusted. Then and only then will you start the car and will you go, okay? Which is cool. I like that. That's very safety conscious. Notice, though, I said safety conscious, not necessarily a safer driver, okay? Here's why. Guys, we're more goal-oriented. If it's Vic and I or Duncan and I and we're on a road trip, okay, here's a prime example. If you ever get a chance and you go up to Savannah, Georgia, there's a comedy club called Savannah Laughs in Savannah, Georgia. Now, on your way to Savannah, Georgia, when you cross into southern Georgia on I-95, there's a sign that says Savannah, 83 miles. Now, when guys see that sign, every guy, I don't care who it is, I don't care if you're watching, every guy is going to look at his watch and go, we can be there in 1 hour. And you'll set the cruise control for like 85, 86, just to give yourself a little bit of a leeway, right? And we will be making amazing time. We will be doing awesome until we get behind that lost Canadian tourist driving the cop, what we call the cop look-alike car. He's driving a white Dodge Charger with the blacked out rims, and he's not even doing the speed limit. He'll be doing like 68 in a 70 miles an hour zone, right? But is Duncan going to go by him? Hell no. Chris going to go by him? Hell no. That justifies like the last 5 minutes when you figure out it's not an unmarked cop car. It's just some lost tourist. We'll be doing a $140 going, we can still make it, guys. We can still make it. Oh, my God. This is good. This is good doing this in front of like 3 people. And watching myself on a monitor. I'm like, damn, very humbling. I want you to know that, but fun nonetheless. This is a good experience. I wanna just do one more thing, and then we're gonna go over and talk with Duncan a little bit. I'm middle-aged. I've accepted my middle-agedom. Okay. Here's when you know you're middle-aged, okay? You guys are young. Someone says, hey, someone says, young man, I don't even look anymore. Mo will look. Jake, I know, is looking. Duncan might look. I'm not looking. They're not talking to me, Stacy, okay? Here's when you know you're middle-aged. Number one, you lose the sports car dream, okay? Doesn't happen overnight. When I was 25, 30 years old, it was about the Dodge Viper, the Chevy Corvette, the Porsche 911. Now, my dream cars are the Ford Windstar, the Honda Odyssey, and the Dodge Caravan. I am minivan man, and it sucks. You go into a car dealership, you will when you get to be my age, with the 7-Eleven Big Gulp to make sure the son of a bitch fits in the cup holder. I don't care if it's a shuttle bus. If that Big Gulp fits, I'm buying it, okay? Other things, you know, when you're middle-aged, the lady who cuts my hair, who trims the moulet, okay? the Billy Ray Cyrus, the mullet. The lady who trims my hair notices, hey, you're getting gray. You're getting gray. I can help you with the gray, do the Just for Men. No, I'm keeping my gray hairs, okay? I got a 13-year-old daughter with a computer. I'm driving a minivan instead of a Viper. I've earned my gray hairs. She says, I don't know about your situation, but she says, if there's a little snow on the shrubbery, if there's a little grayness down here. She says, if there's snow on the shrubbery, I can help you. What? And she says, you know what you do? You take warm coffee grinds, Stacy, and you put them down there for 10 minutes. Warm coffee. And it works, Stace. It works. The only problem, I've been kicked out of every Starbucks in the Tri-County area. Guys, that's my time. Thank you very much for coming.
Keep it going for Mr. Jim Moran.
I love it.
Make it rain. That is that's our money gun. Come on over here, have a seat. You can leave that mic right there. I got you a mic right over here. That is our money gun. She just did the whole money shot right there. Bong. I was gonna save it for the end. Usually the money shot's at the end, but anyways, it's a different video. So you can take that out of the stand if you want to. Just Jim, my man.
Yes, sir.
How many miles did you drive to get here?
This one was over 100. I'm at like 102.9, I think, just under 103 miles.
All right, so you have to. Where do you live?
I live in western St. Lucie County. I live actually. It's the middle of nowhere. I'm southwestern St. Lucie County. They call it Port St. Lucie, but It's not. I'm way out west. I'm out by the Orange
You're
Groves.
you're like Port St. Lucie adjacent.
Yes.
Like
West of
you're
St.
Port
Lucie
Sa-
West.
You're Port St. Lucie in name only.
Yes.
Okay. A Plino.
Duncan, you're a trip. Man.
I don't know. All right, so don't forget that's our camera right there.
Oh,
Wave
cool,
to
man.
everybody.
Hey guys.
You did a great job, man.
Thank
Look,
you.
This
Thank
is
you for
different
having
for
me.
us.
Thank
This
you.
is different for us,
Thank you.
right?
Thanks.
We're used to
Yeah.
doing clubs where
Yes.
people are like right there at a table in front of you.
Yes.
If you fart, they smell it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
man.
It's one of those things. Have you ever farted on stage?
No, you know what? Yeah, I think every comic, if they're being honest,
If they're
has
being
let
honest.
a couple out, and then you want to have the mic up loud, and you just immediately keep going right into it, and then you're praying to God that the people in the front row didn't catch that. You're like, all right, it was just.
You're like,
me.
if I
Yeah,
walk
man, you
around, if
do.
I get really
Oh,
animated,
man.
maybe that
Oh,
breeze
man.
will
Oh, man.
move.
Well, I'm animated anyway.
I know
I'm
you are.
I
You're
tend to be
very
highly
animated. That's why
animated, so.
it's very.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to watch you because at your age be so
Oh,
animated.
thank you. Oh, man, pull that dagger out of
I'm
my
just
back.
messing
oh, man.
with you, man.
Oh man.
How long you been doing comedy? now?
God.
How long you been doing
God,
this?
we've
When did
been
you start?
friends. Let's see. I got into it. Let's see here. Other than like get up at a bar and tell a joke and get a drink. That's pretty much how I got into it. Okay.
What bar was that?
That
Where?
this was back.
It's just a random
This
bar you
was-
could tell
this
a
was-
joke
no,
and get a
actually
drink.
Down in Fort Lauderdale. It was Bojangles, and who brought me up was a comic named Gene Marola.
Oh, Bo
Gene
the
Marola.
chicken joint.
No, not the chicken joint. There was Google it. Google it. It was a club back
right,
in the
Club
like in
Bojangles.
the like 80s and stuff.
Okay,
like
I
that.
was
Yeah,
all
man, it
right,
was
so-
but I didn't start taking it serious until early 2000s.
Early 2000.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Like
Yeah,
what?
man.
03,
Thanks.
04? What?
Yeah, right
Okay,
around there.
right around
I
there.
started getting gigs and I started developing it because I've been fired from the last count. I think I'm up to 14 jobs I've been fired from. So
Because of
can
comedy,
can
or
I am a smart ass. I have been.
isn't that
I
the
have
hardest
been-
part
I have
about
been
working in a
inap-
corporate?
I have been inappropriate. I have that, and they just said human resources says we're going in a different direction. I think you've heard that also.
I've
going
actually
in a different direction.
Now, see, the things is as a comic myself, I've worked at either in restaurants,
Yeah.
okay, or like I've worked in restaurants and
I worked
retail
at a
mostly.
couple restaurants.
So I didn't really have like
I
an
worked-
HR to deal with. Like in the restaurants I worked at were in New York City. So
I worked in sales, and my numbers weren't there. I kept saying your numbers aren't where they're supposed to be. Your numbers are not where they're supposed to be. And the manager was so serious. This middle management guy, I felt so bad. He's struggling. We had to go role play on Saturdays because when your numbers aren't good, you got to go in on a Saturday.
you get Saturday
All
school?
you people, I had Saturday school because my numbers weren't where they were supposed to
You had-
be.
you had
We
the Breakfast
role
Club
play.
in corporate
We'll have to
America.
role play. And here's the thing. When you want to make a good impression, when you shake someone's hand, you laugh and hi, how you doing? You say hi and you laugh when you greet them, and you make sure you look them dead in the eye, give them a good hand.
don't
How's
do
it going,
bro.
Duncan?
That's the creepiest shit I've
God,
ever
I
seen.
am
Don't do
telling
that
you,
again.
man. Your numbers, you salespeople out there, your numbers need to be where they need to be.
You know what I just realized while you were shaking my hand and looking me in my eyes the way you did so creepily?
Thank you.
You kind of look like Joe Biden. Like if you could nail a Joe Biden impression, I'm sure you could make some money in the next 4
Thank you.
years. I'm
Thank
just
you. I
saying.
will work that.
Tell me he
I'm
doesn't.
Joe
Put a
Biden.
suit on him. Make his hair white.
I'm casual Friday Joe Biden.
You're casual Friday Joe
somebody
Biden.
actually already
No,
called
but I
me.
didn't-
Somebody called me that.
you're,
one of the-
you're Joe
yeah,
Biden.
yeah.
You're Joe Biden if
Thank
you didn't
you.
have any drive.
I will work on. Oh, and down goes Frazier. He's down again.
No, stop. That's a
no,
joke.
no,
man.
I know. Oh, dude, man,
So
you and I are cool. You and I love you,
when
man.
I
love you, dude.
when I first started comedy, one of my first jobs was actually working. I emceed weddings and bar mitzvahs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like what's the worst job you ever had? You've been fired from a lot of jobs. What's the worst job you ever had?
Marriott Harbor Beach down in Fort Lauderdale. I was the in charge of maintenance to make sure that all the plants that were planted, to make sure all the landscaping was good. I was like the supervisor of the maintenance crew, and I didn't give a rat's ass. They would actually come around with pot, and we'd just get high in the maintenance shed, and then yeah.
So that sounds like an awesome job. I
no,
want to know what
no,
the worst
no,
job was.
No,
that sounds like a great job. You just don't
no.
give a shit. You keep your job. You're in charge of people. They bring you weed. That's amazing.
But my boss is coming around screaming at me. I had that job. I didn't even last 2 weeks.
You didn't last
gone,
2 weeks. In that
Gone,
job.
Jim. We're
That's 'cause
going
you're
in a different direction. We're going in a different direction.
We're gonna go with somebody that doesn't smoke weed with Pablo and Jesus.
I didn't care. Didn't care.
What's the best job you've had? The one you have now, maybe?
Yeah, teaching in jails is actually kind of cool. I get to run bits by the inmates. And then what I was telling with
if it works there, it'll work anywhere. Right?
Honestly, God, man, they keep you honest, and it's a lot of fun, man. The inmates want me to succeed. It's just a lot of fun. I can run bits by them. They do teach me stuff. Like I said, again, all that stuff about. I know how to pass a drug test. I know how to. I do know how to turn a toothbrush into
That's funny.
yeah, man, it's crazy. And they did. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are bulletproof.
That's okay.
Uh-oh, my mic needs Cialis or something.
Oh, you
whatever
good.
his
You
name
good.
is.
All right, man. Did you have a good time tonight?
I had a blast.
Did you
I
enjoy
had a
this?
blast.
Where
Thank
can
you.
if people want to catch you online, where can they catch you?
Online, just check me out on Facebook, Jim Moran Comedian. I'm there, and then hit me up. I've got my schedule, I think, posted on that. I'm going to be, I'm going all of the good studios here in the Melbourne, Brevard County. If it goes well here, I'm doing New Smyrna. There's a studio up there.
Where are you going to be performing live
I'm
next?
going to be at,
Besides Old School Pizza tonight.
I will be at Old School Pizza tonight. I will be at, let's see here, at Snappers over in Tampa.
Okay, cool.
April 3rd. I'm going to be there
April 3rd.
No. April 10th. April 10th.
April 10th.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
April
yep,
10th.
That's
April
cool.
10th.
Over
Cool.
in Tampa. So thank
All
you
right.
guys for having
Yeah,
me.
actually,
Had a
April
blast
3rd, we
too,
got
man.
that thing
yes,
down in.
we have our gig.
We have a
April
gig
3rd
down there at the
Port
HOA.
St. Lucie, the
Port St.
HOA.
Lucie,
Yes.
HOA. All right, man. Well, I appreciate
Thanks,
you.
man. Love
Thank you
Duncan.
very
Love
much.
you, Duncan.
And
thank you to
and I
Maurice
appreciate you
and
guys.
Stacy and Chris and the other Chris. Thank you guys for having us too.
All
And
right.
Jesse
all right.
Heel. Thank you. Very welcome. Thank you guys.
All
Love
right,
you
clap
all.
it up,
Much
clap it
love.
up, clap it up. All right. Give it up one more time for Jim Moran.
Thank you.
Back to camera one. What's up, everybody? We're glad you're still here. I hope you're still here. When I was on, there was only 3 people watching, so hopefully there's more people watching. All right. But we right now, we got a great comedian for you. You guys ready for more comedy? Let me hear you say, hell yeah. This next comic coming to the stage, not only is he a good friend of mine, he's a local guy here in Melbourne. He actually runs a show every Wednesday night at Old School Pizza right next to FIT. So put your hands together right now. Help me welcome Mr. Eugene Singleton.
All right. Just to clear it up, me and Duncan J are not good friends. Not at all. We just friends. I see. What's up with all these $100 bills? Are those real? Or are those just props? Make it rain, nigga. Shit, I'm late on rent. Come on. You're talking about, do you need help with rent because of COVID? I needed help with rent before COVID. Okay. Oh, we online? I'm sorry, I am not dressed. Oh, my goodness. My name is Eugene Singleton. Hello, Internet world. I can't help but look at the TV. I should look at the camera. Hello, Internet world. My name is Eugene Singleton. How y'all doing? Y'all have excuse me. I got a tooth pulled today. Duncan called me at the last minute. It was like, we need you to come up here. And I was like, all right, just because. So I'm here. I got a tooth. They told me, as soon as they pulled the tooth, they said, do not spit or, he covers him, do not spit or smoke for about 72 hours. And they didn't say spit, but smoke for 72 hours. 72 hours. So as soon as I got in the car, I spit that gauze shit out and smoked me a joint. I'm just being honest with you. Oh, but for real though, ladies and gentlemen, am I allowed to cuss? Am I allowed to use profanity? Are we cool with that? Is this for some Christians or something? Well, I can cuss. Oh my goodness, all right. You have to excuse me, I'm a piece of shit. I just want everybody to know that, all right? Don't get your high hopes. I'm a piece of shit. I'm the guy like in the Dare videos trying to get kids to smoke free weed. Hey, little man, you want to smoke this? I'm just playing. That's not nice. But no, I'm a good guy. I go to church. Everybody go to church? You know? You know, not Christians. That's normally what I get, man. But I just love going to church. I get into deep conversations with my pastor. But like, yo, pastor, what does the Bible say about smoking marijuana? He's like, the Bible doesn't say anything about smoking marijuana. It says you should follow the law of the land, and marijuana's not the law of the land. I'm like, well, I don't know. Technically, it kind of is, and that's kind of steep coming from somebody that don't pay taxes. He's like, we help people out financially who are struggling. I was like, well, I'm financially struggling to get a weed card, so why don't we kill two birds with one stone? Oh my goodness. Yep, from good old Melbourne. I didn't know we had a studio in Melbourne. This is nice. Yep. All right. Born and raised? Oh, I thought you was going to say you from New York or something. You know? I'm from New York. Where are you from? Kentucky. Oh my goodness. Mitch McConnell State. Goodness gracious. What part of Kentucky? All right, I'll stop talking to you right now then. Okay. I get it. Oh, man. Nah, I'm from Melbourne. I love Melbourne. Melbourne is cool. I don't care what nobody says. But, you know, it's getting kind of nippy out there. And when it's freezing, I'm always wearing like a sweater and boots and stuff. And some guy walks up to me with like some shorts and a tank top. Hey, buddy, don't tell me you're cold, okay? I'm from Michigan. This is nothing to me, okay? All right, Tom, go back to Michigan. I'm going to Michigan in the middle of the summer wearing a sweater. Hey, you hot? No. It's ridiculous. Love Melbourne. Boring town. We show reruns. We show reruns of the news. That's how boring this town is. That's not a good rep. You know what I'm saying? Channel 13 is nothing but reruns. Like weather every 10 minutes. What are you, sailing or something? I'm sorry. That's just not going to work. It's only funny if you live in Melbourne. Yeah, I can't even see now what I'm doing. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Man, what are we going to talk about here? I'll tell you what we talk about. Let's talk about something that's not going to piss everybody off, like politics, right? That don't piss nobody off, right? Donald Trump. I'm kind of sad Donald Trump's gone because now I got to write my own jokes. That's why this is going the way it's going. Bring Trump back. No, miss Donald Trump. The leader of the Decepticons is now gone. Now we got Joe Biden. Joe Biden, man, he looks old and he doesn't look that good. Like, I'm scared. He's gonna get not COVID, but like if he gets the regular cold, I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna die. I don't want to say that. I don't want Secret Service being at my house tomorrow. Oh yeah. Oh man. Joe Biden. But I'm glad he picked Kamala Harris as his vice president. I was confused because I didn't know if that was like his vice president or his hospice nurse. So it was a little confusing for me, but nah, I love Kamala. I just don't like how she keeps throwing out the whole black and Asian. Like it's like, whoa, what are you like a puppy or something? Like a mutt with all these breeds and stuff. It's just like I'm black and Asian. I'm pretty sure that's Puerto Rican. I don't know. But you know, she's not like too black. She ain't too black. Like I don't know, maybe like Aunt Viv, second Aunt Viv black. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean. Plus, I don't know if I'd ever eat a fried chicken. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, you know, Kamala Harris, I don't think she can make good fried chicken. But I'll tell you who can make some good fried chicken. Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams can make some fried chicken. It has nothing to do with her being a heavier set woman. It's just I believe she can make her, because of that gap. She got a gap in her teeth, okay? Something I've learned about people with gaps in their teeth is that they are the best cooks, okay? Wolfgang Puck had a gap, okay? SpongeBob had a gap, okay? Some of the best cooks. That's all I'm saying. Oh, smoke weed. I ain't got a weed card, so I think I shouldn't be saying that, but I do. Smoke weed. If you don't smoke weed, like for real, like what do you do? What do you do before work in church? Like I'm just curious. Smoke weed. I go to work and my boss, he knows I smoke weed. He calls me tater tot. Tater tot, tater tot. Finally asked him, I was like, man, why do you call me tater tot? He's like, because you either come in here baked or fried, son. I'm not stupid, okay? I've also told on myself several times, working at a restaurant. He's like, guys, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to weigh up the steak because the scale's broke. I was like, I got one in the car if you want to use that one. Want to use that one? Smoke weed. Jake, why do you come in here? Why do you even wear cologne? You smell like weed and cologne. Just forget it. Axe can't cover that shit up. Oh, smoke weed. I'm tired of all these names they got for weed. Like my weed man sits at home and watches Netflix and smokes weed all day. The other day I went over there. He's like, bro, you need to try this right here. I call this Tom Cruise. Bro, why do you call it Tom Cruise? Because only a few good men can smoke this, okay? All right? I don't sell this to the outsiders. That's risky business, all right? I was like, all right, I'll take it. He was like, show me the money. Show me the money. Oh, I smoked this other weed. I don't know if it was it. I'm not smoking that shit again, but they call it meth. And should have known it wasn't good when I was breaking up my fingers, man. Oh, my goodness gracious. I mentioned I was poor. I'm poor. Not because of child support. I don't pay that, but I'm poor. If I did pay child support, I'd be even more poor. Nah, you got to pay child support. It'll take your license, so don't ask how I got here. Anyways, I got kids, though. I got a 9-year-old. I think he's 9. He's 9, 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Yeah, life. All boys, thank God. I don't want no girl. All right. My 9-year-old is the chief executive officer of hell. I'm serious, chief executive officer of hell. He comes out of his room. He's got like a suit and a red tie. And I'm like, where are you going? And a little fire opens up. Work. All right. Oh, kids, man. He's learning to read. And it's getting tough. It's getting tough because the other day he was like, we were driving down Palm Bay Road, and he's like, Dad, what's pinups? And I was like, pinups, that's a club for gentlemen, He's like, well, Dad, you always want me to be a gentleman, so maybe I should join that club. I was like, no, it's a club for older gentlemen, you know what I mean? He was like Grandpa? I was like, exactly like Grandpa, okay? You see a 99 Buick parked over there in that parking lot? Love my kids. Oh, man, poor. Somebody actually tried to steal some money out of my bank account. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how you steal negative $120, but they found a way. They found a way to do it. Chase called me up, and they actually settled. I love Chase. They treat me like Mr. Drysdale. And so I called Chase up, and they were like, okay, Mr. Singleton, everything's great. Do you see any more fraudulent charges on your account? I was like, yeah, FPL. I don't know who the hell that is. Why have they been taking money out of my account for this long? I just noticed this. FPL and Bright House. Who was Bright House? Oh, no, man, the Spectrum. I'm sorry. Shitty-ass company had to change their name. Y'all don't got nothing to do with Spectrum, do y'all? They ain't paying no bills. Yeah, fuck Spectrum. Anyway, sorry. I should have asked. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know what he was trying to... What was he trying to say? I got 10 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a Netflix special. Just keep going. Follow my heart. I had 2 lovely ladies here, and they're part of the audience. That's why we're not getting that. Oh, my goodness. I want to see what's going on the camera. This is nice. I've never been in this studio. You don't have to. She's going to be Vanna White. Oh, man. Bagoosh on air. There we go. How long am I? Okay, stop. My camera. Oh, awesome. Is he going to sit down and interview me? Yeah. Okay, then. All right. If that's what we got to do. You ready to do that? I'm good. All right. This was great. Woo!
Put that back in the stand. I got the mic. Give it a yes, that's the money gun. We'll make it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain. Those are not real $100 bills. He held it up to the light to check it. like if it's real, I'm keeping this bitch. One more time for my man.
One more time, wherever he is.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm sorry. It's just a habit. This shit gonna distract me, man. I'm sorry.
He's used to cleaning up singles off a stage at the end of his dancing.
Singles, yeah. Singles. Gay dudes pay well. What can I say? Anyways,
I ain't gay, but $20.
$20 is $20. Hey, that war.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Dunk?
You look high as shit.
I am. Plus,
I ain't even mad at you.
I'm medicated,
look,
man.
Listen,
I'm also
you got
medicated.
listen. The fact that we had some of you may have seen the flyer and noticed that there's a couple comedians that are on the flyer that aren't on this show.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna call names or blast anybody, but. No, that's not the flyer. That's the flyer for this weekend. That's the
I'm
flyer
never
for
on
this
the flyer.
Saturday.
I always because somebody made a joke one time. They were like, "He's so black, he even shows up late for the flyer." I forgot who fucking said that. I didn't write that, but
I'm thinking it's probably Chris Robinson.
no, he's not. He is that. Funny. He is that funny.
No, man, but you came in when we needed you, and I know you had You had your tooth pulled today, didn't you? How many?
Just one.
Just one.
Because I was like, yo, we ain't doing all that.
After you did the first one, you like fucked the
And I don't know. Maybe I was trying to, when I go in there, it's like a waitress. You be as nice as possible because these people gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You know, ma'am. And I don't know. She was like, because I've got my teeth pulled at other places. She was just like, she put a foot all in my.
Shut up.
Had to shoot me like 4 or 5, 6
Take that,
times.
Mandingo.
Take this. Okay, let's go on the back. She was like, we're gonna numb this. I was like, that ain't my tooth. She was like, oh, okay. He's numbing like I was like, this
Oh
keep
man.
going.
So let me ask you this: how long you been doing comedy?
How long has it been? It's been what? 6, 7 years?
Okay.
6, 7 years.
Don't look at
know.
me. I don't know.
You do know because you was there at that first. When was the Ray Burrito show at Old School?
I don't remember.
That's how I feel.
Dude, I've been doing this shit since 2003. That all those things run together
My
eventually.
first open mic was.
It's up to you to keep
Old
track
School.
of your old school of
I
your
don't know,
comedy
man. I gotta
birthday.
Have an anniversary. I don't even know. I don't know.
My
My
comedy
wife's
birthday
anniversary.
is January 7th, 6th.
Can
January
I just
6th.
make up one and just go?
Sure.
From there? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
They won't know. They won't.
They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Nobody Googles it. Nobody will credit.
this
They're not
nigga
gonna check. They're not gonna fact check your start date.
They might.
No.
They don't like me.
So
They
who are some
They
of
gonna
your
start my end date. That's what they
who yeah, they're gonna cancel you. Is that what you're saying?
They're gonna cancel.
Like Dr. Seuss.
Like Dr. Seuss. What's going on with this Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. I've heard about
There's
it, but I don't know
there's
what's going
apparently
on.
there's like 6 books that Dr. Seuss wrote years ago. One of them is one of my favorite ones actually. It's fucked up. But and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street because it's about Mulberry Street in New York City. I love that book. But apparently it depicts people in a racial manner. Like I think they have like the stereotypical Chinese person with the squinty eyes and stuff like that. And then they have like African people are drawn like, monkeys and gorillas and shit like that. And it's just fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah, it's legit. And apparently it's not being banned by anybody but Dr. Seuss's company. Like Dr. Seuss's people
You
said
can't ban Dr. Seuss, bro. I don't
no,
care.
but they're stopping the production of that. They're recalling all those books and stopping
Oh,
production.
so they were still making this book? This wasn't like
Dave,
one of
no.
those old school books like Popeye. That nigga was racist as fuck. That nigga was racist.
Was he? I didn't know.
Hell yeah,
I
you watch
didn't
some.
know.
We watched some fucking Pop. All the motherfuckers was racist. But watch you some Popeyes. That nigga was racist because he was a sailor and with the Japs and shit, especially with the Japs. They don't want to talk about that with that COVID shit. Them 8A. Hey, I got respect for Chinese people, but they starting to feel like what it feels like being nigga. That's all I'm saying with this COVID shit. So I'm just saying. I didn't say that. Y'all edit that out. We getting too real.
You
But
can't
I'm just
edit.
saying-
This is a live show, bro.
I'm
It's
just-
a live show.
It's live.
Stop looking at the screen.
I
The
can't
camera's
help but
over
look at
there.
the screen.
The camera's up there. Stop looking at the damn screen.
All right,
Damn,
all right,
you're killing me.
All right.
Or just look here.
They said I can cuss, but I can't say nigga.
You can say whatever. I
All right,
can't
then,
say
why
that.
you looked at me like stop?
I can't because you said it like 8 times.
All right.
It's
the African American.
it's like it's like listen. It's like
The
a PG.
African-American
It's a PG-13. Okay, only one
PG-13.
N-word per show.
The Disney had more than that.
Song of the South.
So did Dr. Seuss. So, nah, that's good though. But no,
That's
I'm tired,
crazy.
I'm tired of that. Like they took like
They're talking. Did you see my post on Facebook? They're trying to ban Greece. Like there's a French group of people that are trying to get Grease, the musical band, because apparently it's misogynistic, it's homophobic, and slightly and a little bit rapey.
nah.
Yeah, but then again, so was the 50s, which is when it was set.
Yeah.
You know what else is misogynistic, homophobic, and a little rapey? The Bible. But nobody's going after
Hey,
that.
hey,
I'm
hey.
just saying.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's go. It's live, don't
It's live. Sorry,
It's live.
edit that.
It's live.
All right, man. So where are we gonna see you next?
Old school pizza.
Old School Pizza
Old
in
School
about an
pizza.
hour.
In about an hour.
Hour.
In
Okay.
about an
Where can they find you online?
Facebook, Eugene Singleton. I got TikTok and Instagram, but I don't fuck with those because I'm getting older, and they say Facebook is for old people. But I'm trying.
You're trying the new social media?
I got a Tumblr. I don't know what
You
that
got a
is.
Tumblr? What's a Tumblr?
I don't fucking know, but I got one. It's got a nice logo, so I said, hey, social media.
Okay.
And then Tumblr popped up.
And you got your TikTok?
TikTok.
And you got the Gram?
The Gram. Got Gram.
You on Twitter?
The Instagram, too. Twitter.
He's got the Gram and the Instagram.
They banned me from Twitter.
They banned you from Twitter?
Twitter.
It took them 8 years to ban Trump. How'd they ban you?
It took me like two days. But I'm on Parler. I'm on Parler, too. I'm
on Parler?
You gotta.
He's going for the
spread it
conservative.
out. I'm on everything,
okay.
man.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna see you in just a minute, and I'm gonna bring up the next comic. All right.
You do that right there.
All right. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, everybody. All right, guys. We got another comedian coming up right now. This guy's he is a staple on the Brevard County comedy scene. He also travels quite a bit. He goes around. He had just some shows in Miami. I and Jim Moran are going to be down and doing a HOA gig next month, April 3rd. So put your hands together right now and help me welcome the one, the only, the always funny Mr. Chris Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Eugene. This is so weird, right? We're supposed to be up here doing comedy in a room with like 3 people in us and a sound guy, but it's a little awkward. But we'll give this a shot. So my name is Christopher Robinson, okay? I've heard all the Winnie the Pooh jokes. I've heard it my entire life, so, I'm used to it. But it's weird, though, because I don't look like the little boy in Winnie the Pooh at all. I figured out what I look like the other day. I was coming out of a grocery store, and this kid stopped me to tell me I look like the 3-Day Weekend, which is bullshit, right? But somebody said yeah from the sound room. It's weird. Like I usually try to start my shows by like warning people, okay? I am not the cleanest, safest comedian in the world, okay? I'm just not. Because, Bill Cosby was, and we all saw how that shit worked out. So trying to go in a completely different direction, see if my career goes. I'm trying. It's weird, man, because it's easy. We've reached a weird point where it's easy to get in trouble now. It's real easy. Like a lot of people haven't heard about Morgan Freeman. This is a true story. Morgan Freeman has been Me Too'd. A young woman that works on the set of one of Morgan Freeman's movies claims that he sexually harassed her. And I was like, y'all are snitching on God now. This thing has gotten a little too out of control. You guys need to relax. But it's okay. Morgan Freeman's never going to jail. It's not humanly possible. I can tell you why. In those situations, there's no evidence whatsoever, right? There's no evidence. It's just her version of the story versus his version of the story. And what's she going to do? Out-narrate Morgan Freeman? It's not possible. So, as long as he keeps his hands off James Earl Jones's balls, I'm pretty sure he's going to be okay. It's weird. It's weird times, man. Like we get all kinds of terrible news, like one after the other, and then finally, recently, we got some good news. Like last year, well, maybe 2 years ago, I was pretty excited when we got R. Kelly. I was ecstatic. It's like after what feels like 75 years, they finally caught R. Kelly. But a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this story. Years ago, R. Kelly got arrested, and his bail was set so high that he couldn't afford to pay it by himself. So what happened was a young woman who was a fan of his who never met R. Kelly a day in her life took $100,000 from her daughter's wrongful death settlement to bail R. Kelly, of all people, out of prison, which is insane. It's like, that'd be like if you got a settlement from UPS because a truck ran over your dog and you took that money and paid Michael Vick's taxes. It is like the most awful thing you could possibly do with that money. It's weird. I get in trouble. It's weird. Like I get in trouble because like I say stuff you're not supposed to say, and it gets me in trouble. It's like I like to come on stage and like tell jokes and get it out. Like I've reached a weird point too. Like maybe I'm the only person who feels this way, but I've reached a point in my life where I don't even like I don't like anybody. Like I've reached a point where I reached a point where I've been about to walk out to my mailbox, but then I saw that my neighbor was already out at their mailbox, and I went to hell with everything that's in that mailbox. Like, there's nothing I need bad enough to talk to Jim. Jim's going to tell me about his weed whacker for 45 minutes. Jim's an asshole. I'm not going out there. Like, I know my diabetes medication is in that mailbox. I don't need my feet that bad. I'm not talking to Jim. I've already made this decision. It's weird. I don't even like nice people. Like, I hate Terry Crews. For those of you who don't know who Terry Crews is, imagine if a child dropped his Hulk action figure in a jar of Nutella. That's pretty much what Terry Crews looks like, right? But Terry Crews came out and said that he was at a party and a man molested him. Now, I don't know what the definition of molested is, but I don't think it should include grown men that are 500 pounds of solid muscle. I think it's disrespectful. I think Terry must have liked it. But I feel bad for Terry Crews, because here's the thing. Think about what kind of movies they're making now. They're making non-stop superhero movies. And Terry Crews is a man that's built to be a superhero. But you can't be a superhero when your greatest weakness is somebody tickling your balls. Like, that's not strong enough to save the universe. You know what I mean? It's not going to get the job done. Like I said, I get in trouble. So I'm trying to grow. Like, I'm trying to grow as a person. I get caught up. Like, recently, me and my wife, we decided we were going to take this trip to Africa, learn about ourselves. And before we went, we decided we are going to do a 23andMe. And you guys aren't going to believe this. We did the 23andMe, and as it turns out, I am 60% sub-Saharan African. I am also 40% East European. So I called the company. I said, listen, can you guys send me those numbers in bumper sticker format? That way, when I get pulled over, they know they can tase me, but they cannot shoot. It's 40% of a white man in this car. I need you guys to be careful. You know what I mean? That's weird. It was an amazing experience, though, right? Because I traveled to Morocco, which is this beautiful country in the northern part of Africa, all right? And you travel south, and I went to a country called Senegal. And in Senegal, something interesting happened. In Senegal, I realized that it had been 3 days that I had been in the country, and it had been 3 days since I had seen a single white person, not a one. And it was interesting, but I started to notice things. Like people's grass wasn't cut. And there was kind of garbage askew in the street. And I realized, oh my God, if you don't have white people in your country to call the city and complain, everything just goes to shit. So I'm really appreciative you guys are in my community. You know what I mean? It takes a village. It really does. It's interesting, man. Like, I'm learning all kinds of different stuff about myself, right? Because as you go through different stages in life, you learn different stuff. Like, me and my wife got back from Africa, we bought our first house. And I learned a whole bunch of things immediately. Like, first thing I learned, I used to think that old white guys were just mean for no reason, right? But then I bought a house, and now I own property. And what I realized is when you own property, it slowly turns you into an asshole. And white guys have owned property for the last 5,000 years, so it's really messing with their heads. Like, I'll tell you what happened to me. I used to think, like when I was riding through a neighborhood and I would see kids playing in the street, I used to think, wow, this is a real neighborhood. This is a community. There's children playing in the street. This is America. But now that I'm a homeowner, when I see kids playing in the street, I think if one of these bastards slips and falls on my property, I swear to God, like, my homeowner's insurance is so high, if a kid falls in my house, I shoot him in the head and I bury him in the backyard because Progressive can never find out about this shit. It's weird. I get in trouble, man. I get in trouble all the time. Like, recently I got in trouble. I went to my little brother's soccer game. I have a little brother, he's 13 years old. And I went to his soccer game, and this kid on the opposing team comes out, and this kid's arm is chopped off halfway up his forearm. He just has a nub on the end of his forearm. And before I could stop myself, I looked at my wife, and I said, God, I hope he's the goalie. And it gets worse, right? Because halfway through the game, the ball gets kicked up high in the air, and it hits the little boy right in the end of his nub. All the parents are horrified. everybody's like, oh my God, is Timmy okay? Oh my God, is he gonna be all right? And I was the only one man enough to go, ref, that was clearly a handball. Like, I know there isn't one there, but anything below the elbow is a handball, and you need to treat these kids fair. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like, I get in all kinds of trouble. Like, you're not supposed to say this stuff. Like, I'll tell you guys this story. I've been, me and my wife now, we've been married for, it's going on 4 years. And, oh, thank you, again, applause in the room. But it's tough, right? Because first off, my wife is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Do not, get it confused. But ladies, you all can be very difficult people to get along with, and I can prove it. I'm not just up here talking crap, okay? I'll prove it to you. I want you to stop and think about every horror movie you've ever seen in your entire life. You ever notice the ghost is always a woman? Because that's how long women stay mad about shit. Like, why is this lady over here haunting people over something that happened to her in 1786? Like, I think it's time you get a life after death. This is starting to get ridiculous. I don't know. Some lady's making ghost noises. It's just weird. It's tough. But I'm learning, right? I'm getting better. I learned that you cannot be petty. I used to be a very petty husband, and I learned the hard way this doesn't work. I'll give you an example. My wife used to do this thing. Ladies, I don't understand how this works. I don't understand why you do it. But my wife used to do this thing where she will take things that belong to me and put them in places that make sense to her. And she calls this process organization. When really all she's doing is hiding my things from me, so that whenever I need my own stuff, I got to go to her to ask where it is because she's taken all my things, right? So, like I said, I used to be petty. It went poorly. One day she comes into the bathroom, she's furious. She's like, Christopher, what the hell did you do? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, my makeup, it's all gone. What did you do with my makeup? And I was like, babe, I put it in the shed next to the spray paint. I was just trying to help you get organized. You know what I mean? I thought this was a thing we were doing for each other. It didn't work. Thank you. I don't know. It's difficult. But I do have a plan, okay? I do have a plan. You guys can't see this from the camera, but there are ridges going up and down my wedding ring. And what these ridges are is my wife took my wedding ring and sent it off to a company that she found on Etsy. And what they did was they took an actual copy of her fingerprint and etched it on the side of my wedding ring. And on the other side of her fingerprint, it says my first, my last, and my always. All right? Which is very sweet, but it's also my exit strategy. Hear me out. Divorce is really expensive in this country. If you get a lawyer, it's going to cost you half your stuff. It's a little cheaper if you get a hitman. But my plan is, if I need to get a divorce, I'm going to drive down to the projects and buy a dirty pistol and just rub her fingerprint all over that dirty pistol and drop that bad boy off at a police station. I think that'll take care of my problems. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'd actually do this. I'm just saying it's good to have a plan. I'm like a Boy Scout that way. I like to get the job done. I don't know. It's weird. Like I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to grow as a person. And I've come to weird conclusions, right? Because like I said, I own a house. I'm growing. I'm married. I'm doing all this different stuff. And I find myself in weird positions, right? Like on one hand, I am a young black man in America, right? But on the other hand, like I said, I now own property. The other day I got a letter in the mail, true story, that the NAACP was putting together a petition to name the street that my house is on Martin Luther King Boulevard. So I called, and I said, first and foremost, Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I appreciate you. You know, I don't want to cause any problems. But you guys can't name my house Martin Luther King Boulevard. You guys are going to completely destroy my property value. I just bought this house. I have positive equity. You guys are going to screw me with this. You cannot do this to me. I'm a black man, too. Duncan's laughing a little too hard at that. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like I find myself in these weird positions, but I've come to a conclusion. This is a conclusion I've come to as a comic, right? I think that if something is funny and it does not come from a place of hate, no matter who you are, no matter what it is, you should be able to laugh. As long as it's funny and it's not anchored in hate, no matter who you are, you should be able to laugh. Thank you. And I'll give you an example, okay? Does anybody out there remember George Washington Carver? The guy that did all that work with the peanut? I recently found out that George Washington Carver was a gay man. Now, I found out as a young black person that the first famous black scientist in America was a gay man who dedicated his life to studying nuts. And I'm not supposed to laugh at that because I'm supposed to be woke, but I just think it's kind of funny. I just think it's kind of funny. Honey roasted, that's hilarious. No, man, it's tough. Like, I'll tell you a story that happened to me the other day that put me, like, kind of on the fence. Again, I'm in my house. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I hear some noise outside. And I open my front door, and there's a random pit bull standing on my front porch. And I look at his collar, and the address is actually right up the street from my house. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to take this pit bull, and I'm going to walk him home. Halfway through walking this dog home, I realize I'm a 300-pound, 6-foot black man walking a stranger's pit bull in Melbourne, Florida, and I've left my keys, my phone, and my wallet at home. It's an interesting situation to be in. And I turn the corner, and just my luck, there's a cop car sitting on the corner. And as I walk by, the cop rolls down his window, and he goes, young man, have you heard any noise out here? We've been getting some noise complaints. I just want to make sure it's quiet in this neighborhood. And I said, yes, officer, I haven't heard anything. And he rolls up his window, and right before he rolls up his window, he goes, all right, you have a good night, and he drives away. And I thought, oh, my God, they're not protecting my neighborhood at all. Like, y'all just going to let niggas with pit bulls walk around in the middle of the night? I pay my taxes here. This is shoddy police work. This is unacceptable. I got to stop telling these jokes. One day my black car is going to decline. Eugene is back there taking notes. He's like, this nigga's got 3 more of these. I don't know. It's weird. Like I try to get better, right? I'm trying to grow as a person, try not to get in trouble. So I do all kinds of stuff. Like recently I've started reading. Like I was reading the Guinness Book of World Records the other day, or as I like to call it, the Encyclopedia of Bored White People. And I found this article that was amazing. I found this article about Brazil. Super interesting. Number 1, Brazil has the highest rate of deforestation of any country in the world. They're destroying the rainforest all over Brazil. It's really sad. Number 2, Brazil has the highest rate of male to female sex changes of any country in the world. And I thought, oh my God, in Brazil, they don't care what kind it is. They see wood, they chop that shit down. Like, they don't play around in Brazil, ladies and gentlemen. You have got to be careful. You can come home and your passport will say something entirely different. I don't know. Like I said, man, I get in trouble. But here's what I'm working on, though. I don't judge people. I've reached a point in my life where I really don't judge anybody. I learned the hard way not to judge people, and I'll tell you a couple stories. Number 1, I learned not to judge anyone who's gay recently, and I'll tell you what happened. I went to a potluck dinner with a friend of mine, and this gay guy had brought out this entire tray of homemade fried chicken, all right? And as a black man, I went, this is clearly a trap. So I'm sitting in the corner eating gay chicken, right? It's delicious. The gays and Paula Deen get it right every time. But I'm in the corner eating gay chicken, and my buddy comes up to me, and he's like, oh, my God, how could you eat that? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, that gay guy made that fried chicken. What if while he was waiting on it to finish cooking, he was in the other room giving some guy a hand job, and he never washed his hands? And I said, come on, man, you don't get to judge other people like that. You eat your mama's homemade fried chicken, don't you? I'm just saying, knowing her, you might have grew up on Dick Chicken. That might have been your favorite seasoning all these years. 25 years, you thought she was putting her foot in it. It's not what it was. I don't judge people. I don't judge anybody anymore. I don't judge, but I do have questions, okay? I do have questions. Now, here's my question. Here's my question for the transgender community. Just a question. A transgender woman is someone who starts off as a man and transitions into becoming a woman because of how she feels inside. And I think it's very important that we respect their decision. But here's my question. As a large straight man, I need to know the day. I need to know the exact moment during your transition where me and you can no longer fight. Like if Tyrone owes me $100, but I bump into Teresa, can I beat this bitch's ass to get my money back? It's pretty much all I'm trying to find out, okay? Don't judge me at all, okay? I don't judge people, man. I'm telling you, you cannot mess with those transgender women. Listen, transgender women are like a kit car. I know she looks like a Mazda Miata, but she's built on an F-150 frame. You go over there and mess with her, she's going to kick your ass. She's built for it tough. My name is Chris Robinson. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Yay! Keep it going for Chris Robinson. You leave that mic over there. I got one for you. Make it rain. Make it rain. Yes. This is the weirdest dance party ever. There's not even music. One more time for Chris Robinson, everybody. Come on, in studio audience. This is man, that was great. That was really good. So before we get into the things that I'm gonna ask you, let's start by just how long you've been doing comedy.
This will be my 3rd year. I'm not quite 3 years in yet.
All right. So when will be 3?
I think it's
Is
April.
it this?
April.
In April?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know it was coming up. I know
Yeah.
it's like yeah. 'Cause I
And it's
remember-
weird because my year 3 was COVID,
Right.
so it's kind of 2.5.
So it's technically but you've been working more than most.
Yeah.
As far as like people that in your unique position and being like as good as you are 2-3 years in,
thank
you've been doing a lot more work than a lot of people that are 5 and more years in. And that's because you have you got a good work ethic. B, you're very funny, and there are people rolling on the ground.
That's the weirdest
This
thing.
is why are you? Can't
But they're
you wait?
picking up the fake money like it's real money. Like,
Well,
that's what's so
is-
weird.
is-
Like there's
I
so
wish
much
we
pressure.
I wish we had a camera guy. We could just show what we're looking at.
In Atlanta right now, there's a stripper less enthusiastic about picking the money up off the floor than they are in here with this fake paper
That's
money.
in Atlanta. Oh, that's great. There's one in Cocoa Beach though, just as enthusiastic. And get it, Mo, get it. We can see you. They
know,
can't
it's
see you.
weird.
We can see. We see everything. So it's funny because he's got a lot of great jokes. You're very funny, dude.
Thank you, man.
The stuff about the juxtaposition of you being a homeowner and a black man, very funny stuff. And I bring that up to tell you to ask you this question because you know where I'm going with this. We're friends. I consider you a friend. You consider me a friend. Okay, all right. So, I think it's safe that I can say this, that you are the whitest black man I've ever met in my life. I mean, on paper, like you're whiter than I am.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely on
like
paper.
in person, you're like Suge Knight, okay? and I'm Vanilla Ice and you're gonna dangle me off a roof somewhere. But on paper, this dude hunts. Okay, he's planning a turkey hunt where he's gonna go and sleep in the woods in the wilderness for days on end just to get a turkey. If that ain't white, I don't know what is. That's the whitest.
Well, you haven't told the thing I ate the other day. That's probably
I'm
that's a
getting
lot
there.
whiter than turkey.
I'm getting there. I don't know. Because that's kind of it's white, but it's like backwoods, so it's kind of ghetto. So it's kind of like I've heard
You
of
can
black.
get a turkey sandwich on University right now. You cannot get.
You can't get the squirrel that he made. He took squirrel. Okay, he has You tell the story.
Well, long story short, my grandfather used to hunt, and I grew up doing little bits of hunting with my grandfather, but I never got super serious into
So
it.
this is a nostalgia thing. You're going through your midlife crisis
Well,
right now.
that too. Well, midlife crisis.
Because you're
Well,
almost 30. You only gonna live to 60.
well, yeah, black for black people. I should be over my midlife crisis by now. But so during the quarantine, I was like, I have all this time, and I should pick up on those skills because I
Right.
feel like the apocalypse is here. So I should probably,
So
learn how to
so
survive.
you're like doomsday prepping.
yeah.
Okay.
So, so I started to pick up doing that stuff again. So for the last year, I've been hunting and fishing.
Yo, this dude, he bought we went to 8 different places to find the right ammo for this pellet gun.
All the ammo's
he-
gone, even for a pellet gun.
So he could hunt pigs on his dad's backyard.
Yeah, it's a high-powered pellet gun that you can kill pigs with.
But he needed a 45 just in case. No, but it's just crazy how you got it. So who are some of your comedic influences?
The main one is Patrice O'Neal, which if you've never heard of him, there's a documentary on Comedy Central called "Killing Is Easy." You should definitely watch that. It's an amazing documentary.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet, but I heard
You
good
gotta watch
things.
it. It's really, really good. Yeah. And it's cool because it's like Kevin Hart's in it and Bill
Well,
Burr's
it's
in it.
it's the, I saw somebody posted a picture on Facebook because I used to live in New York. I've actually met Patrice, unbelievable dude. Just to watch him, just to sit there and watch him. I got so many stories I've told him about him. I used to watch him and Bill Burr go back and forth in front of the Comedy Cellar. Somebody posted a picture of the poster for that. Documentary that's in Times Square, and it's bigger than it's as big as this entire room, hanging up on a building in the middle of Times Square.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And it says your favorite comic's favorite comic. So that is the definition of his career. Like if there's any comic that you like to watch, chances are they watch this guy and go, shit, I wish I was that good. I mean, he's like he's if he hadn't passed away so early, I'm sure with all the different social media platforms that are available now for him to have made his real breakthrough, he would have done it he would have been able to do it.
He'd have the biggest podcast in the world right now if he was.
Oh yeah,
alive
no,
right now,
he did at one point. He had a podcast called Beige
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip.
Yeah.
Black Phillip. And then my friend Dante Nero,
Beige Phillip,
Nero, who was good friends with
Yeah.
with
He was on the original Black
He
Phillip
was
with
on the Black
Patrice.
Phillip with Patrice. Yes, he was. What the fuck are you doing?
This is just.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our resident Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa Doompa-dee-doo. I gotta get this money from you.
So weird.
Speaking of money, this is Mo, everybody. This is Money Mo. You know that song by Billy Idol when they scream Mo Mo Mo. They're talking about him. So, anyways, though, he's half of ResPro. Him and Chris make up ResPro, and we couldn't do any of this show tonight without them, Chris and Mo. So let's clap it up
Thank
for
you
them
for that,
real
man.
quick.
This
Let's
is
give them a big
very
round of
cool.
applause. ResPro Live. But anyways, back to Patrice O'Neal. So that is interesting. Anybody else?
I have my Mount Rushmore.
Okay, who's your Mount Rushmore?
it's-
That's good. Top
It's,
4.
All right.
No particular order.
Patrice O'Neal, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and actually Bernie Mac.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Every time I tell that, my friends go, "So you don't like any white comics?" I'm like, well,
It's-
"I do."
This is Mount
but
Rushmore.
This is Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Like if they had a couple of smaller monuments down
Yeah.
below,
Yeah.
that's where the white guys would go.
But I'll tell you why.
What?
So Patrice, for his like raw honesty on stage, I don't think anybody's
No,
been
and
that good.
I'll agree with that, and I could add to it for a
Yeah.
second. There's a special that he does his very first HBO special.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the half-hour one night stand.
Yeah.
HBO one night stand. It was a half-hour special. Him and Bill Burr actually filmed both of theirs at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually there for the taping. That's how I know this.
Mm-hmm.
So. There's one thing the first thing was Bill Burr killed so hard in the first taping because they tape it twice and then edit it together. They're wearing the
Yeah.
same outfits and stuff, 2 different audiences. So the first show, Bill went first and destroyed, and then Patrice came up and didn't get
Yeah.
like the laughs he needed or he
Yeah.
wanted or he expected. So he bombed for him. He
Yeah.
didn't bomb by any means,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't as strong. So the second show they flipped it. And Patrice went first and destroyed the damn place.
Yeah.
And then Bill came out and rode the wave, and they both had that was probably the better show of the
Yeah.
of the night. The thing that I'm talking about though is that it's an unwritten kind of rule, law, whatever you want to call it, that if you're taping a live show, especially for HBO, that you don't do crowd work. You don't go to the audience.
Yeah.
He did not adhere to any of that.
An elephant in the room. He talks to the audience.
Well,
too.
Elephant in the Room, that it's all crowd work. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole album is pretty much crowd work. It's all off the dome. But this was where he literally went to the audience to do crowd work and asked the women in the audience, if your vagina broke tomorrow, how would you please your man? How would you keep your man satisfied? And women in the entire audience started yelling out, anal, oral, hand jobs, all this stuff. And Patrice, do you remember this?
Yes.
And
yeah,
then Patrice looks at the audience and he says, see, that's how I know y'all are all a bunch of hoes. Because not one of y'all said I'd learn the rules of football and watch it with him on a Sunday afternoon. Nobody said they'd learn how to play Xbox to keep your man happy. You all turned to putting it in different orifices.
Yes.
And it killed. It just destroyed. And that's the thing that he did is he was fearless. He was fearless. Do you know that how many development deals he turned down from Comedy Central just because he didn't like the dude in charge? And that's just the way he was. If he didn't get a good vibe, he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this shit. I don't have to do it." Yep. That's just the way. Is this all in the documentary?
Yeah.
Do they tell this story in the documentary too?
That one no, but they tell very similar.
I
stories.
wish they would come to me for that because I have the greatest story of how he looked at. I was sitting outside the club, Stand Up New York, uptown New York, and he's getting a fight with this dude, and Rich Voss, and another comic, and he looks at the other two comics. I'm a young comic at that time. I'm only outside because I was smoking a cigarette. They made me go outside, but they kicked Patrice out for fighting with another comic inside. They kicked both of them out and locked the door on him, told him to leave.
Oh, wow.
The owner of the club did while the show was still going on.
Wow.
Okay, because they were getting rowdy. And Patrice just kept going. He's like, "Come on back, Greg. I'll talk to so and so. I'll
Greg
get your job
Giraldo?
back." No, it was actually a guy named the Greg Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't know him. He hasn't amounted to shit. But no, he literally looks back. Okay, and I'm quoting here, so don't get mad at me for quoting this. He looks back at Rich Voss like, "Watch this. I'm gonna make you call me a nigger." And sure as shit, Greg Wilson dropped the N-bomb, and there was two black dudes walking across the street, because this was on the corner of the 72nd Street. Two black dudes walking across the street, so Greg, who's part Mexican, had to run to the subway, because these two dudes were like, "What'd you just say?" Because he said it so loud. He's like, "That's why you're an N-word." Oh, man. All right, so where can we see you on the internet? Where can we see you?
Instagram at comedian Chris Robinson.
Okay.
It's the easiest place. Facebook.com/Chris Robinson Comedy. Those are the two best places.
You got anything live coming up soon? Besides in the next hour?
Oh yeah, old school tonight. Next week I have 3 shows I think in Orlando. And then God, I should know this stuff. Off the
You
top of
really
my head.
should, especially on
I
a
have
live
like
show. We're
a
trying to
whole
promote you.
calendar full of shit that I should say. I'm booked now. I have a show in October.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Good for you.
at featuring in.
Let's hope COVID
St.
doesn't
Cloud.
make a fourth run.
No, at Porky's though. Porky's,
at Porky's?
The barbecue's amazing.
There you go.
And they feed
All right.
you, and it's awesome.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to throw out there?
No, just wear a mask.
Kill squirrels. Send them,
Kill squirrels.
if you kill squirrels,
No.
you can send them to.
Squirrel season ends March 7th, so after March 7th.
There's
don't
actually a
kill squirrels.
season?
Yeah, there's a season.
Shit. That's the whitest shit ever. All right. Give it up one more time for Chris Robinson. All right, what's up, everybody? How we doing, guys? How we doing? Yay! Did you guys enjoy the show? I had a good time. I don't know about you guys, but I had a good time tonight. I had a great time. We talked about a lot of things. We learned some stuff about squirrels and driving. Right, Jim? Learned about driving. Learned about dental work and meds with Eugene. That was an interesting. You guys, if you're just tuning in, you missed the strippers. They just left. It's a shame. There was nipples everywhere. It was crazy. No, we're glad you guys joined us though. If you came in, if you're here and you don't know what's going on, this we put one more time for Res Pro, by the way. Let them all hear it for this entire set. I mean, this set, the other set, all the things that we've done in the last 5 weeks. It's just been amazing. I also want to give it up for we couldn't have done it without Vic, our video guy. Vic has framed every ounce of video that you've seen. So if it looked like shit, it's his fault. No, no, Vic has done a great job. Everything has looked amazing. We did the lighting. Jake did the lighting. It was all right. Jake, give it up for Jake. And then, of course, not tonight, but every other show, we've had little bubbles pop up with our names and stuff like that. And that was all done by the lovely Alexis. Now, I got to let her hear it. Let her hear it. Let her hear it. And, of course, we could not have done this at all without Mo and Chris. Well, are they here? Are Mo and Chris here? Mo, Chris, get your asses out here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Chirons? Okay, thank you. Is that Klingon? What the fuck are you talking? Chiron. Yeah, you and Chris. Where's Chris? Chris, get over here, get over here, get over here, get over here. Grab a mic.
I didn't even know you were back there, man. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Oh, we're sitting down on the couch? What are we doing?
Oh, you don't have to sit on the couch.
We're hanging
Come over
out?
here. We're just
Oh,
you want to sit down? No,
oh, that's
we're,
right. That's out of that shot.
we're just it's that tight shot. Come
That's
over
it,
here.
yeah,
Here,
that's
come over here. We got plenty of room. You guys, there we go.
Here we are. Here we are.
I just wanted,
What's up,
I
everybody?
wanted to introduce you guys because we keep talking about you guys.
Have been enjoying Duncan J so far. He's a lot of fun.
I don't
kind
know
of
if they've
funny guy
enjoyed
every
me.
once in a
They've
while.
tolerated me.
Duncan J.
Do you hear that over there? Everybody's got their phone on.
Everybody's got their phone
talking
on,
over,
watching
making
the show
stupid-
outside, and it's like a 5-second delay. So everything we're saying right now is playing right now. No, but now. How about now? How about now? No, this is now.
Well, now we can't hear Mo.
That used to be
I
then.
promise that'll never happen to you if you come here. I swear. I pulled it out myself.
He's good
Trying
at
to stay
pulling out.
safe. That's right. Trying to stay safe.
His pull-out game is strong.
So strong. But yeah.
All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys. Tell us about Res Pro. Tell us how did this whole thing
You got
start?
a microphone? You do.
I do have a microphone.
We do audio, staging, lighting, tensing, and this kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, we make parties.
That's right.
Make the parties happen.
We
make the
basically
parties
party
happen.
all the time. Is
You
what
make-
he's trying to say.
He likes to.
Yeah, Res
party
Pro
all
is
the time.
Resonance Productions.
That's right.
Resonance is, the word, the things resonate with you.
Yeah.
How they stay with you.
Or the.
That's the whole
resonance.
idea. We resonate with you.
That's
We
right.
You do
resonate with you.
You do resonate. I
So
think
what's
you
the-
resonate.
And we are pros.
Yeah.
And it is production.
That's right,
Production.
that's
So
right.
yeah, see how that all works?
Yes, I do see how it works.
It's kind of clever there, huh?
You should be talking to them. Not I
Oh.
see how it
Oh,
works.
yeah, those
I see
people
how it
right there,
works.
that's
Well,
right.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I know. You're behind the scenes. I know. No, but you guys are in this magazine. You guys you're on the live.
Indeed.
Look at
on the
that.
big
cover.
goals right there.
Did you
Cover
know-
of
did
our
you know
live,
that we
baby.
made it? Did you know we made the
you
cover?
we made the cover.
Wow, man.
And not only that, but there's you guys got several ads in here. There's a couple
Got
of
some ads,
pages
some
of
advertising.
hold on, let me
So
see.
listen, if you guys need any work, just
Yeah.
call us. We're here for you.
Talking
And
amongst yourselves.
Jake's back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Jake's
Hey, there's
amazing.
Jake.
Hey.
Look, see that?
Yep. Fun ads. Yeah, we got lots of ads in the Brevard Live. That's for our event this Saturday, guys. Make sure you're there. It's going to be a massive event.
This is actually our 4th year.
yeah,
correct?
Yes, actually, March 1st was our 4-year
is our
anniversary.
4-year
4-year anniversary on my
That's right.
happy
And it's saved on that disc right
anniversary to- No, that's good, man. That's awesome. So, so you guys are. I just wanted to thank you personally for inviting me into doing this. You guys, along with Steve Keller, this whole thing has been a lot
Thank you,
of
Steve.
fun.
Hard live, yeah.
Now we
the
kind
episodes,
of been powwowing and like throwing ideas around and stuff like that, and we wanted to. If you guys enjoyed this, what we wanted to do is kind of get some sponsorships going.
Yeah, that would be
We
amazing.
would like to keep this going, but not everybody can donate their time all the time because we got to make money to eat and pay bills and shit. So if you want to be a sponsor, where would they get in touch with you guys?
Info, I-N-F-O, info at respro321.com. That's R-E-Z like zebra, P-R-O 321.com. Just email us
Sounds like you've said that a couple
lots
times.
of times.
The idea is that we're trying to make sure we keep that music alive in Brevard County, as well as the arts, with the comedy and spoken word, really whatever. If we could do something here in this little venue and kind of bring it to your home, or bring it to those moments you can kind of see what's going on in our little town. And if you're living somewhere else, how cool would that be? Either way, if we can get somebody to believe in this more than just us and throw us a little bit of cash, we'll keep this thing going.
And the idea that is we've kind of like tossed around. It's kind of like along the same lines of the show. There was a show many years ago in the '90s and the early 2000s called Austin City Limits, and it's still around, yeah. And where it's where the live venue actually records all their stuff, and they have a show and a showcase of some of their top artists, and that's the idea, is to get the top artists in Melbourne to get together and be able to showcase that and showcase the talent that's in this town.
Absolutely. And also, besides just doing those shows, also don't forget we can do commercials.
That's right.
We can do church services.
Absolutely.
We can do podcasts. All kinds of things.
In this, he's talking about Res Pro Live in Studio 6. That's what this is. And just let you know, we're right next to the airport. So if anybody is from out of town or out of state, we could fly you right in and boom, do the show and
Look at that shit.
get you right out of here.
It's true, and it's such an amazing location. It's such an amazing it's like a little gym right here in the
Well,
heart.
really, what it is,
it's like
there's so many gems that we have in Brevard County, and the idea is that we get to let them shine and let the world see what we have here in Brevard County is the idea that I have in my mind.
And I agree, and some of those artists are actually going to be there this weekend, this Saturday night or Saturday morning, Saturday during the day. It's going to be an all-day event. It's part of it's outdoors, so bring the kids, bring the family. We got part of it inside, so bring your liver. There's going to be,
but the biggest
and
thing
your
is
money.
absolutely-
That's
Bring
the
your
most
money.
important thing. That bring your money,
Come with an
because
open heart and an
what
open
we
wallet.
want you to do is tip, pay.
Tip.
All right, donate. The best nation in the world. You broke this.
Burn
shit.
Donate
Yeah.
your money for Jesse.
You broke it. See there?
Good
Yeah.
job, Stacy.
It worked when it was
Yeah.
good when it lasted.
There you go.
It was
No,
good
but
for me,
in all seriousness, if you guys want to, if you're coming out this weekend, Saturday, please come and bring some money, donate, buy some stuff. There's gonna be shit tons of raffles.
So many raffle baskets.
So many
Auctions.
raffle
The
baskets.
entire back room of my house is full right now.
You very well
full.
might- you might see
completely
me-
full.
And I've seen some of the things. They're amazing. They're like there's bottled. There's like baskets of liquor and baskets of like meat
All kinds of
products
stuff.
and all
we
kinds.
we just got some
amazing things.
cornholes from Tropical Roots, our buddies over there. Plus, they gave us a tree that they're going to donate.
Wait
So
till
many
you see
different-
the backdrop for the stage. Who they
Oh,
buy?
that's right,
Who
that's
did?
right.
Who promoted those?
That's another one of our sponsors. Absolutely right. Harbor City Local, as well as Edit Pace Custom Painting. Two of our great friends that were kind enough to donate to sponsor some of the banners for the event coming up this weekend.
Cool backdrops for the band.
Cool
Super,
backdrop. Man, we
super
were
cool
gonna
backdrop.
we were gonna put them up tonight, but we decided to just tease them.
You gotta come to the show to come
You got
see
yeah.
them.
You gotta be there to see them. They're
You gotta leave a
amazing.
little bit for it. Gotta
I
leave
laughed
something
my
for it.
ass off. Okay, more than anything. So if you want to come on out, check that out.
Yep. And for those of you who still are being, don't want to come out in
COVID
public
conscious.
and whatnot, COVID conscious, we are planning on live streaming the event.
We'll live stream the event, and you
same,
can also
same page.
All right, that's awesome. Same YouTube page, same Facebook page, on Twitch as well, and so all the major platforms. Check it out if you're COVID conscious. If you do want to donate and you're COVID conscious, go to justoneshoulder.com and they have all the links there for you to donate in any way, shape, or
The
form.
number
I
one.
got a little story. I was just told to me earlier this evening, right
Yes.
before we were getting started.
Go on.
I'm not going to mention any names, but a friend came up to me and said that her grandmother said to her that she saw what was going on online, and a lot of older people, they don't really they're set on set incomes, and so the money that they have is a usually a tight thing. But for somebody to give up $25 to do a for somebody to give up $25 to somebody in need like Jesse, it's a heartwarming thing, and that's what we're doing it all, for, is to help her get back on her feet, and because right now she's not going to be able to work because of that bum wing, but until she can fly again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
She did have her
was
second
successful.
surgery
Today?
yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yesterday
Oh,
was her
Nice.
second
That's
surgery.
good to hear. That's
And everything
great.
went well. She's still alive.
Yes,
awesome.
I'm assuming yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Stacey was there
She'll be there
earlier.
Saturday. I'm assuming she's going to be there Saturday.
In all hopefulness,
with
she will
both
be there
arms?
Saturday, yes.
Both arms?
Well,
All right. Look at that. Hey.
well,
She's not going to be there. It's gonna be hard with a flare with one arm. No, I'm sorry. It's this arm.
This guy. All right, guys. We thank you guys for tuning in. We thank you guys for being with
Yeah,
us.
thank you guys.
If you want to see us again, be there this Saturday, March 6th.
Saturday?
1 o'clock.
They're going to be there way earlier than I am. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to be there.
Oh, we got to make it rain.
Oh, you
again.
fixed the gun?
Yo.
You
Yeah,
fixed it.
yes.
Now the gun
Bring
works.
that money.
Now the gun works. Bring your money. Bring your honey. And we'll see you Saturday. Peace.
Woo, love you, Jesse.